Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Obsessive Compulsive Gaming. I am the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, and this is my review for Terrifier the Arcade Game. Get it? It's called Arcade, because Art the Clown, I'm sure you get it. Anyway, dear viewers, this video game released this very humble day. And you're probably wondering to yourself, OCG, you oh so talented fellow who occasionally dresses up as a clown for kinks, what the hell is this game? And I'm so glad you asked, dear viewer. This is a gory, retro-inspired fighting beat-em-up game set in the world of Terrifier. You know, those hyper-violent horror movies that we've seen several entries for in the last couple of years. The story in this game is some nonsense about a movie being made about Art the Clown. Probably the bloody Terrifier movies themselves. But anyway, this is just an excuse for Art to move through movie set-inspired levels, hacking his way through enemies, collecting food to restore his health, and having a damn good time doing so. If you played any classic beat-em-up of the 80s or 90s, then you know exactly how this game is going to play. Punches, kicks, picking up weapons, attacking with said weapons, a special attack, all of that good shenanigans. You'll also face off against bosses, and most of these are production crew from the movie about Art that's being made. But one of them in particular is actually a very popular character from the movie series. You can probably guess who that is if you've seen any of the movies, or at least the second and third one. But I won't spoil it for you here. All I'll say is, boy, oh boy, was that bitch frustrating to take down. So if you want a hyper-violent version of something like that Scott Pilgrim game or Streets of Rage, then you got it. Would you like fries and a drink with that order? No, sorry sir, we don't serve caviar here. Haha. Of course, if you don't want to play as Art for some bizarre reason, there are other characters that you can select from. One of which was once upon a time a famous WWE wrestler, who just so happens to turn up in the movies. Well, the second and third one anyway. I won't spoil who they are, but if you've seen the movies, you'll probably know exactly who I'm talking about. Provided you watch WWE, that is. Hell, I'm so bloody old, I remember when it was called WWF. But that's enough about me and how old and decrepit I am. Do I think that you should play this video game? Oh, abso-bloody-lutely, dear viewers, especially if you're a fan of the Terrifier movie series. And can I just say that I'm so happy that we're starting to get a lot of video games based on popular horror franchises. We have this one. Of course, there was the Friday the 13th game, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the Evil Dead game. More recently, we had two retro-inspired platformers based on Halloween and Ash vs. the Evil Dead. Of course, we got another Halloween video game coming next year. What a great time to be both a horror movie and a video game fan. Therefore, I declare that Terrifier the Arcade Game is splendid. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, another review from yours truly. If you enjoyed this little review of mine, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't enjoyed it, well then, feel free to give me a thumbs down. And who knows, maybe I'll contact Art to pay you a little visit in the middle of the night. Just make sure you leave out some milk and cookies for him. I hear he likes them. But please remember the single most important thing I always tell you, dear viewer, and that is to always stay obsessed with gaming. Are you still here? Oh, you must have really enjoyed this video then. In that case, you had better subscribe to the channel and check out our other content. Otherwise, you're a booby pants, and no one wants to be a booby pants.